Analysts say the absence of Bongbong Marcos in a recent TV interview could be a part of his camp's strategy. His fellow candidate Calyodi de Guzman, meanwhile, is saddened by his exclusion from the program. And the health department records nearly 30,000 new COVID-19 infections across the country. Fast, focused, and fearless. Here's a roundup of stories we're watching now. I'm Riza Diaz. Presidential bet Bongbong Marcos did not participate in the presidential interview of GMA7. Now, some experts believe this could be a strategy of Marcos, who continues to lead the surveys. Camille Samonte with the story.
The hashtag #MarcosDuwag trended on social media over the weekend. This was after Bongbong Marcos skipped a presidential interview by GMA7 aired on Saturday. Vice President Leni Robredo, Manila Mayor Isko Moreno, and Senators Panfilo Lacson and Manny Pacquiao accepted the invitation. Marcos, however, declined to take part. The reason, according to his spokesman Vic Rodriguez, it was due to veteran journalist Jessica Soho's alleged bias against the Marcoses. Rodriguez also insisted that Marcos' duty is to the Filipino people and not to a particular TV show or program host. GMA7, meanwhile, was quick to defend Soho from the allegations. The network noted that in particular episode, Soho boldly asked the presidential aspirants questions that needed to be asked. Lacson also defended Soho, citing his own interview with the journalist. Although not required, debates and other similar events that scrutinize candidates are staples of the election season. For some political analysts, Marcos' absence might be a political strategy.
That's a possible scenario. Sinadya nila yan para pag-usapan. Sinadya nila yan para i-stake ay yung masasabihin ng mga kalaban.
For Professor Ed Tayao, it's also possible that BBM's camp is already confident as he continues to lead presidential surveys. Tayao also cited Marcos' previous interview experience with Soho.
Sa pagkakatakda ko, sa mga nakita ko sa mga newsfeed, meron na kasing experience ng interview before with Miss Jessica, no? And that could have been one of the factors, if not the most important factor for them to, reconsider being part of the interview.
Both Tayao and Contreras pointed out that the public should focus on the candidates who showed up instead.
Tanungin natin, ano ba yung masinabi nilang mali doon, ano yung tama? We should focus more on that rather than the absence of someone who didn't want to be there.
Nasa sa atin lang yung paraan at pagkakataon ng pagtimbang kung sino sa mga kandidato ang dapat naman.
For News 5, Camille Samonte, We Are One News.
Meanwhile, presidential aspirant and Labor leader Calyodi de Guzman was saddened by the non-invitation of GMA7 to his camp. Speaking to us here in One News, de Guzman said they were actually expecting to be invited, as the COMELEC has released a resolution saying that all electoral candidates should be given an equal airtime. De Guzman added that it seemed like the media has not steered away from the so-called personality politics.
Para kung sino yung mga sikat at mga mayayaman ay siya pa rin na prioridad na nabigyan ng space ng ating media.
Now, when asked about his stand on some issues laid out last night in the interview, de Guzman said he is in favor of same-sex marriage and divorce, which none of these attendees or the attendees agreed with. As to who he would vote for if he was not running for presidency, de Guzman said he would rather leave the ballot blank for the top post.
Walang pinagkaiba yung mga tumatakbo ngayon na kalaban ko sa mga dati ng mga nangako ng pag-unlad. This country will be great again. Kung walang kurap, walang mahirap, lahat sinabi nila. Pero pare-pareho ang resulta pagkatapos ng kanilang termino.
The COMELEC has begun printing automated ballots for the Bangsamoro Autonomous Region in Muslim Mindanao. Now, this came after they completed the printing of manual ballots for the overseas and local absentee voting. The total number of poll ballots to be printed for the Bangsamoro region is around 2.5 million. The printing, which was supposed to start by January 15, was delayed due to pending poll cases against some candidates. We'll be back with more stories after the break. Keep it here on One News. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Riza Diaz. The health department has logged almost 30,000 new COVID-19 infections. This brings the caseload to above 3,396,000, some 250,000 of which are still active. At least 67 deaths were also reported, pushing the death toll to 53,400. Survivors are now at 3,090,000, with over 36,000 new recoveries logged overnight. 41.8% of more than 69,000 tests recently conducted yielded positive results. 2 laboratories were not able to submit data. Now, at least 3 areas in the country have recorded new record highs of COVID-19 cases, according to Octa Research. The cities of Iloilo, Cebu, and Lapu-Lapu logged around 300 to 900 new COVID-19 cases on Saturday. This moves Iloilo City to severe outbreak COVID-19 classification along with Baguio City. Metro Manila, meanwhile, has been downgraded to very high-risk category. This came after the region's reproduction number went down to 1.20 from 2.95 a week ago. NCR's one-week growth rate also decreased to negative 42%. Now, being one of the cities with record high cases, Cebu City admits being challenged by the current COVID-19 surge as well as the effects of Typhoon Odette. In an interview here on One News earlier, Cebu City Mayor Michael Rama pointed out that prior to recent onslaught of Odette and the ongoing surge, Cebu City was doing well in terms of its COVID-19 numbers. Rama added that they have put their guards up to prevent any further surge in the city.
Been challenged since the time of Odette, then the creeping and now the prominence of Omicron, but we are continuously putting all our guards, not having to lower it.
Now, along with this, Rama said the Cebu City LGU has issued Executive Order 152 or the Oplan Puyo. Now, this mandates people to stay inside their homes except for essential reasons.
This time, we already been very clear, stay at home, except otherwise you get under the pain of being into some trouble with our task force Oplan Puyo pa rin, yung police.
The ancient Roman city of Baia that sank below the sea is the world's largest underwater museum. Now, scientists are racing against time to save it from rock eating bacteria. Let's watch this.
Baia sommersa è nota al momento solo nel perimetro dei muri e più qualche punto specifico, però è una scoperta continua, vi dicevo 400 metri di resti dalla linea di costa attuale, quindi voglio dire molti insediamenti, molte domus, molte altre terme ancora tutte da scoprire o note solo in minima parte. Costantemente nelle nostre ricerche che il parco fa emergono colonne, nuovi pavimenti, nuovi mosaici e in particolare dalla primavera prossima affronteremo lo scavo di uno di questi. È dagli anni 80 che non si scava più nel parco sommerso, avvieremo questa campagna di scavo su una grande fontana di 5 metri di diametro che già ci ha mostrato la sua ricchezza, c'è queste nicchie decorate con dei mosaici in pasta vitrea sulle pareti e ci sono delle scene di animali e in particolare delle anatre che cacciano, una di queste si tuffa sott'acqua, tutto sott'acqua attualmente ma anche tutto parte coperto dalla sabbia, questo sarà il nostro scavo.
And for more updates, visit News 5, the Philippines Star, and Business World Online. Visit our website, onenews.ph, for more in-depth analysis. You can also catch One News on Signal Play app. Register for a free account now at www.signalplay.com and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. I'm Riza Diaz. Mask on, wash hands, and stay safe, Philippines. We are One News.